So this is the legendary, the epic Kung Fu Panda, the first of Kung Fu Panda film, which was very surprising, a very elegant crowd pleaser of a film. What I love about animation films like this is that it's great for kids to watch, but it's also really, really good for adults. Has a lot of banter, has a lot of sort of slapstick in it, but not in a way that it kind of overwhelms the story. And it's kind of a good all-rounder. Um, Jack Black plays an epic kung fu obsessed panda. I mean, for all of us growing up with watching Jackie Chan films and Bruce Lee films, we can all resonate. We can all resonate. We all had, Enter the Dragon posters on our wall. We all pretended to be Bruce Lee growing up. I even did martial arts at university because I was so obsessed with kung fu films. And Jack Black really, really plays really well as the panda. But not just a comedy. It's actually you get like a tightly well constructed film, underdog narrative, with really good sort of range of emotions. You actually do feel emotions in this film. I mean, it's a bit, DreamWorks show they can do emotional films just as good as Pixar in this film, and it's really, really well done with a range of very famous voices in the cast. We've got here Jack Black as Kung Fu Panda, Po, and you've also got his teacher, Sifu, who's played by Dustin Hoffman really well. So, voiced by Jack Black, the panda is effectively like an enthusiast looking in from outside into this sort of world of kung fu, and through a sort of a sort of turn of fate, he's drawn into a world where he kind of sort of falls into really, and does not seem to initially belong. So it's a kind of classic outsider story. But what I love about this film, much like the old kung fu films of old, like Drunken Master and Young Master and films like that, Jackie Chan films, the difference is you kind of got the film doesn't rush to make him sort of surprisingly competent immediately. It kind of leans into kind of the awkwardness, the social misfit, sort of not really fitting in. A lot of us can kind of resonate with this. We always had situations, a lot of human beings have had this, and it kind of lets failure kind of sort of enter early. It's really good, and the tone of the film is actually comedy with sincerity at times. It's physical. There's some great sort of great gags, great timing. Comedy is all about timing. Some great timing here of comedy. But it actually does treat sort of the martial arts seriously, treats the mythology seriously. The training sequences are much like the kung fu films of old, pretty well staged, not jokey ones. And the way they shoot it is very much similar to how they shot the sort of martial arts films. The villain is incredible. He's voiced by Ian McShane, who plays Tai Lung, who's a leopard, I believe, yeah. And he plays it with so much gravitas, the role. It's very much almost Shakespearean in his delivery. And, that is really genuinely sort of exciting. The fights are genuinely thrilling. When the villain shows up, it's genuinely scary. They wonder what's going to happen. And Master Oogway, he's the lead sort of master of the Kung Fu school. He actually brings a lot of philosophy as an undercurrent to it. He was voiced by Randall Duk Kim, and he talks a lot about, he's almost like the Zen character in it. And it's really, really good. It sort of balances it out. And he's very peaceful, and then sort of brings a lot of silence to the film as well. There's a lot of sort of a line through the film around self-perception, expectations, trying to live up to certain things you set yourself up for, and sort of this craft and score really support. Scores by Hans Zimmer, who does usually the big Hollywood films, and John Powell, which integrates a lot of sort of traditional instruments with Western orchestras. It gives this film a lot of scale, actually, the music. And the animation is really cool. It uses a lot of dynamic camera movement with sort of painter-like, sort of painting-like sort of aesthetics as well. And I really like it. The film could have just been like some of these animation films, just a quick sort of throwaway film, but actually they built something solid with this, and it ended up with like 3 more sequels. I think Kung Fu Panda 4 just came out, and it's pretty intense. I think I did a review of that a few weeks ago, and it it does really well, to be honest. One of my most favorite films. You can keep watching it. And yeah, it's just a really good, disciplined film. Well disciplined film, and I'd highly recommend it. So this is Kung Fu Panda. Check it out. It's on Netflix. They're actually showing all 4 on Netflix at the moment. Chinese New Year is on Tuesday, I believe, in 2 days' time. So why don't you watch all the films together? Pardon me. Watch all the films together. Check it out. Oh, and just not to forget, the cast is kind of world famous, as I mentioned. So you got Po, voiced by Jack Black. You've got Master Shifu, Dustin Hoffman. Tigress, voiced by Angelina Jolie, who's the leader of the Furious Five, who the sort of the main students of Sifu. And you've got Tai Lung, voiced by Ian McShane. You've got the Furious Five, who are the other 4, basically, who are Viper, Lucy Liu, Monkey, played by Jackie Chan, Mantis by Seth Rogen, and Crane, played by David Cross. And then you have Master Oogway, played by Randall Duk Kim, and Mr. Ping, who's his adopted father, who's played by James Hong, who's obviously a very famous, legendary Chinese actor in Hollywood. So it's kind of cool, given all these famous people, and further Kung Fu Panda films have other famous people in it. So go and check it out. Really, really worth seeing, especially for Chinese New Year. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.